Welcome back to the channel. Thank you. Really appreciate all the support you guys have been showing me. We've been rocking out for about 3 months now. It's still early, but all the support you guys have been showing me has been amazing. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really does help me help you guys and help me grow. But today I really wanted to just go off the cuff and just really get out a lot of thoughts. Mainly, I've been doing a lot of reactive content, not only because I think it's important to grow content wise, but it's been a lot of stuff to, react to, mainly feminism. I feel like it controls a lot of our social economy and just our day-to-day activities in the world. But today I wanted to get back to like more of a head talking video and just kind of discuss why the future of the world always depends on men. It's always going to depend on us. And whether or not a society is going to prevail, fall, or be judged as a good society is always going to be based on how good and strong the men are. We just passed our 250th birthday here in America, in this amazing country that we live in, and all the freedoms and all the conveniences that we have in this country. This country was founded by some really deep and free thinking men, right? Now, we can get all into the flaws of these four founders and, all these things. We all have flaws and stuff like that, but it was built and predicated on these really intelligent men, that I would say. But where we are now, I think America is, and I don't want to shift this into politics. I'm not going to shift this into politics, but it's important because we have a lot of freedoms and a lot of liberties in this country, and they're starting to become infringed upon with a lot of these ideologies. And one specifically that I really want to focus on is obviously feminism. And I've been doing a lot of digging. I've been doing a lot of, history studying on feminism and how it actually originated and a lot of the propaganda that has been fed to us. But nonetheless, the future of this country, the future to where we're going, is always dependent upon the men. And the reason is, it's one of the most glaringly obvious reasons, is because men have the monopoly of force. Obviously, men, despite whatever direction society's going, what the majority of people feel, what laws are created, men are always going to enforce the laws. Now, where are we currently at? I am of the belief that feminism affects so much of our day-to-day life, you can't escape it, right? If you're a man and you have, lovely women in your life, you yourself have probably ran into this ideology on a day-to-day basis. I am in the workforce. I have a business. I have a lot of lovely women in my life, and undoubtedly I have ran into this issue on them believing a certain thing, right? How many times do you often hear throughout the day where, I'll give you an example. Today, I was at work. There was a man who offered to buy all of the employees' ice cream, right? So after the man left, there was some chatter amongst all of us, and the women were saying, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that, somebody offered to buy us ice cream. Nobody would ever do that." And the fact that he was a man too, like, oh my gosh, a man being nice. How many times do we have to hear it never gets old, right? The man is looked at as being bad, and then women are looked at as being docile and nice, right? But if you live in reality, and a lot of women would agree with me on this too, if you live in reality, you know that's far from the truth, right? People themselves can be nasty. It's not because he's a man, because X, Y, and Z. You know this to be the truth. But a lot of this ideology from feminism is starting to poison families, and it's starting to break families up. And the whole premise that I'm trying to make is that if you're not becoming a man who is a great leader, this shit is really gonna ruin life as we know it. And it's not just feminism, it's any ideology. I'm sorry, any ideology that's foundationless. Now, when you think about it, who do we look to for protection? Who do we look to for leadership? Who do we look to for direction in society? We look at all these things from men, right? Even women do. And the funny part is that we've conditioned our women so much in society to hate men, but everything and every convenience that they experience in society in 2026 is because of a man. All of the infrastructure, all of the jobs that women don't want to do, men do them. But the reason I'm making this video is because men have so much sweat equity and so many things that they contribute towards, but they fall short at demanding respect, right? How many men do we know? He's the breadwinner. He makes a lot of money, but he's simping out over a chick. Now, I'm not a red pill channel. I'm not somebody who's just going to say, don't simp, be an asshole, do this, do X, Y, and Z. I don't believe in simping, like, at all. But what I'm saying is, we don't have a lot of men that are known in today's society to demand respect. And that's the whole entire reason why I made this channel. But the main focus is to get to you. The main focus is to build leaders. And we don't see a lot of good leaders in our society because it's not an easy thing to do. And I always say this. One of the hardest things that a man will have to do in his life is to say something to a woman or tell a woman, and this could be platonic, it can be romantic, it can be interfamiliar. Any woman in his life is to tell that woman the way that it's supposed to be, basically telling her something that she does not want to hear. And it would sound insane that that's one of the hardest things that a man has to do, right? What do you mean telling somebody something that they don't want to hear? That should be easy, right? But there's so many men who's falling short of that. Even the first man in the Bible, Adam, he fell short of it. You look at the political leaders, you look at, so many peoples in my life, they're fathers of their homes. They look at their father and laugh, and they say, I had a weak father. He never stood up to my mother. That's the stuff that I'm talking about, is we as men, I think we're so benevolent. We always get a bad rep for being aggressive. We don't care. But deep down, men are really benevolent. They really do care. I think we care so much about women's feelings that we forego the true direction that we need to put them on. I am not a man like that. And I would tell you, I've experienced in my life so much friction because I'm a man like that. Oh, you're just a man that loves a yap. You're so difficult. Like, oh my gosh, you gotta always tell me what I'm supposed to do and not what I want to hear. Every time I hear stuff like that, I get happy because I know I'm doing my job. And I can't tell you how many women have told me in their life how much of an impact I have made in their life. Even when I was telling them something, pushing them in a direction that they didn't want to go before we made it to the promised land. And I'm telling you, the work starts with you as a man. But if you become a better leader and a great leader and lead and be the man that God has called you to be, you're going to experience friction from women and even other men. Yes, there's like a lot of male feminists out there too. But beyond that, the impact that you're going to make for men and women is going to be transcending. So just wanted to freestyle some thoughts. I know I kind of ramble. I always ramble, but let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. I'm trying to galvanize a lot of leaders on this channel, and I'm trying to stay focused on that. So would love for you guys to subscribe, leave your comments below. And as always, I cannot grow without you guys. So thank you.